My beloved child, I see your heart tonight. I see the questions you don't say aloud, the ones that echo in the quiet moments when the world goes still and your soul feels forgot. And you've whispered, God, where are you? And even when your lips stayed silent, I heard every word your heart, CR. You think I've turned away, that my silence means abs. But listen closely, my dear one, I am nearer now than ever before. When I am silent, it is not because I have left you, it is because I am working in ways you cannot yet see. What you call delay, I call preparation. What you see as stillness, I call divine construction. Every tear you've shed has watered the seeds of something greater, something eternal. I know the nights have felt long. I know the prayers have gone unanswered. But my child, you are not forgotten. You are being prepared. Prepared for what your eyes have not seen, for blessings that require strength to carry, for purpose that needs deep roots before it blooms. So rest now. Breathe. Let me speak to your heart. For this is not the end of your story. It's only the beginning of a holy chapter that I've written with love, patience, and grace. Welcome to Faith Vibes, a place where hearts find peace in God's promises. Here, we share messages inspired by Christ Jesus, stories that bring you closer to faith, to hope, and to the gentle voice of God. If you're searching for divine comfort, you're in the right place. Take a breath, open your heart, and let His presence fill your spirit. My dear one, I know your heart feels heavy tonight. You've been carrying a weight that no one sees, a silent ache you hide behind a brave smile. You go through your days doing what you must, yet something deep inside feels empty. You look around and see others moving forward, achieving, smiling, celebrating, while you feel stuck, forgotten, left behind in a season that never seems to end. There are nights when you lie awake, staring at the ceiling, whispering prayers that sound more like sighs. You try to talk to me, but sometimes your words fade before they reach your lips. You wonder if I hear you, if I still see you. You ask, God, do you still remember me? And my child, even before you ask, I already know the questions in your heart. You have cried when no one was watching. You have smiled when your spirit wanted to break. You whispered, I'm fine, when your soul was trembling inside. I saw it all. I was there in every moment you thought you were alone. I was beside you when the world turned quiet and the silence became loud. You may not have felt my hand, but it never left your shoulder. Sometimes, the hardest part of faith is not believing that I exist. It's believing that I still care when everything hurts. I know that pain. I know how your chest tightens when you pray and feel nothing. I know the way you look for signs, searching for a glimpse of me in the noise of your life. And I know how exhausting it feels when you can't find it. You've been doing your best. You've been praying, working, forgiving, hoping, and still, the breakthrough hasn't come. You see doors close that you thought I opened. You see people leave that you thought were meant to stay. You see opportunities slip away like water through your fingers. And you think, what did I do wrong? But listen to me. You did nothing wrong, my child. You're not forgotten. You're not being punished. You are being prepared. You see, when I build something strong, I start with deep foundations. And deep foundations require digging. That's why you feel pressure. That's why you feel buried. Because I am not building something small with your life. I am creating something eternal. There's a reason why your prayers seem unanswered. There's a reason why I've been silent. Because sometimes, if I answered too soon, you would miss the lesson that's hidden in the waiting. If I open every door at once, you'd run ahead before you were ready. My silence is not rejection. It's protection. I am keeping you safe from what you cannot yet see. My dear one, I know you look at others and think they're moving faster, going further, shining brighter. But do not compare your chapter to someone else's story. I'm not preparing you for ordinary. I'm preparing you for divine purpose. And divine purpose takes time. Even the stars don't appear until the night. The diamond is formed in pressure. The seed grows in the dark. And you are growing, even when you feel buried. When you walk through the valley, remember, valleys are where rivers flow. Life may seem low, but grace is running through it. When you can't see my light, look for my presence in the small things. in the sunrise that greets you, in the breath that fills your lungs, in the quiet strength that keeps you going when everything inside wants to give up. Do you remember how Moses wandered 40 years before reaching the promised land? How Joseph spent years in a prison before sitting in a palace? How David hid in caves before wearing a crown? My beloved child, I am the same God, and I am working with the same care in your story. It may feel like I've hidden my face, but no, I've hidden you for a reason. You are in a season of becoming. The world sees nothing happening, but I see the shaping of your spirit, the deepening of your faith, the strengthening of your heart. Yes, the waiting hurts. Yes, it's lonely. But this is where faith becomes real. Not when everything is easy, but when everything is silent and you still choose to trust me. Your prayers are not lost in the air. They are seeds in my hands. Every time you whispered my name through tears, I caught them. Every time you said, Lord, I don't understand, but I'll keep believing, heaven stood still to listen. You are not unseen. You are not unloved. You are my child, and I am nearer to you now than ever before. When I am silent, I am sculpting. When I am quiet, I am creating. And when you think I'm far, I'm carrying you to the fire that's refining you. You see pain as punishment, but I see it as preparation. You see delay as denial, but I see it as development. You see silence as absence, but I see it as a sacred moment before revelation. I know you don't feel it yet, but I am turning this pain into power, this confusion into clarity, this wilderness into a well-wisdom. You're not stuck. You're being stretched. You're not forgotten. You're being formed. One day, you'll look back at this very season and realize that my silence was not emptiness. It was love in disguise. Because if I had answered your prayers your way, you would have settled for less than what I planned. So hold on, my child. Keep praying even when you don't feel me. Keep walking even when the road is dim. Keep believing even when your heart is tired. You are not walking backward. You are being prepared for what's ahead. And when the time comes, when the moment I've written for you arrives, every closed door will make sense. Every delay will reveal purpose. Every tear will show its value. You'll see that I never forgot you. I was writing your story all along, in silence, in patience, in love. So tonight, let your weary heart rest in me. Stop questioning your worth. Stop doubting your path. You are not behind. You are right where I need you to be. In my hands, in my plan, in my love. You are not forgotten. My dear one, you are being prepared for something divine. My dear one, have you ever noticed that before dawn, the darkness is deepest? That strange stillness when everything feels quiet, almost too quiet, when even the wind seems to pause. That is the moment before light breaks through. It's the way I've written creation itself. Light always follows silence. You see, in your life right now, you are living in that sacred silence. It feels like nothing is happening, like all your prayers are floating unanswered in the heavens. You've asked me, Lord, why are you so quiet? Why do you hide when I need you most? And I whisper to you, I am not hiding, my child. I am healing. Not everything I do is visible. Some of my greatest miracles happen in the unseen. When you don't hear my voice, it's not because I've stopped speaking. It's because I'm teaching you to recognize me in new ways. When I am silent, I'm calling you deeper, deeper into trust, deeper into stillness, deeper into a faith that no circumstance can shake. You've been standing in a hallway full of closed doors, haven't you? You knock, you pray, you wait, and nothing moves. It feels like the world has forgotten your name. But my dear one, what you see as closed doors are not my denials. They are my shields. I've shut them to protect you from lesser things. If I opened every door you desired, you'd step into rooms that were never built for you. So instead, I let the silence surround you, not as a punishment, but as preparation. You asked me for answers, but I'm giving you awareness. You asked me for movement, but I'm teaching you meaning. Because what I'm building in you requires patience, not panic. I'm training your heart to depend on my timing, not your own. Do you remember how the seed grows? It's placed in the ground, covered by soil, hidden from the light. It must break before it can bloom. The seed doesn't fight the darkness. It surrenders to it, trusting that what's above will soon reach below. And so it grows silently. That's where you are, my child, growing in the dark, surrounded by silence, but reaching toward the light. You've been buried, yes, but not forgotten. Buried things die, planted things rise. And I have planted you. My silence is not an empty space. It's my workshop. It's where I carve your strength, where I write your wisdom, where I polish your heart until it shines like gold. Every unanswered prayer is not a rejection. It's a redirection. Every delay is a divine appointment in disguise. Every tear is a tool I use to shape your soul for eternity. You've mistaken waiting for wasting, but waiting is where I prepare warriors. Think of David again, the shepherd boy who sang to me in the quiet fields. He wasn't forgotten while tending sheep. He was being trained for giants. Think of Joseph, betrayed, imprisoned, forgotten by men but remembered by me. While he sat in silence, I was writing a story that would save nations. And my own son, Jesus, how the heavens were silent when he hung on the cross. The world thought I had turned away, but in that silence, salvation was being born. The cross was not the end. It was the bridge. The grave was not defeat. It was the doorway to victory. And so, too, is your silence not abandonment. It is transformation. You wonder, God, why do you let me break? Because brokenness is where light enters. The cracks in your heart are not flaws. They're openings for grace to pour through. And oh, how I pour. I pour peace into pain, strength into sorrow, purpose into waiting. You cannot see it yet, but your pain is producing something eternal, endurance, compassion, and unshakable faith. You've asked me for a sign, something visible. But the proof of my presence is not always in what you see. It's in what you survive. You've made it through storms that should have drowned you. You walked through nights that should have broken you. And still you rise. That, my child, is not luck. That's me. When you felt too weak to move forward, my grace carried you. When you felt empty, my spirit whispered life into your soul. When you said, I can't anymore, I said, then let me. Because you see, I never asked you to fight alone. I asked you to trust me. I never promised the road would be easy, but I did promise I would walk every step beside you. And I have, even now. The reason you don't hear me clearly is because I'm closer than you think. When someone stands very close to your heart, their whisper becomes part of your own breath. That's where I am. Not above you, not beyond you, but within you. The silence is not distance. It's intimacy. So don't mistake the stillness for my absence. The same God who parted the Red Sea is parting something in your life right now. Quietly, slowly, perfectly. The same God who calmed the storm is calming the chaos within you. The same God who raised Jesus from the grave is lifting you from despair into destiny. My dear one, I know you want to see results. I know you crave the next chapter. But there is purpose in the pause. What I am preparing for you requires more than human timing. It requires divine alignment. While you wait, I am aligning hearts, moving people, opening unseen pathways, shaping opportunities that fit your call like a key fits its lock. And when it all comes together, you'll see why I made you wait. You will realize that my silence was not the absence of care. It was the overflow of wisdom. Because I don't give halfway blessings. I give perfect ones. And perfect takes time. So be still, my child. Do not lose faith in the waiting. You are not forgotten in the silence. You are being refined by it. One day, the season will make sense. You'll look back and say, now I see. The silence was where God shaped me. Until then, hold my hand. Walk in faith. Keep trusting me. Not because you see the way, but because you know who leads you. I am here. Working, weaving, whispering. Always. And soon, the dawn will break. The light will touch your face. And you will know that I was in the silence all along. My beloved child, do you feel that? The stillness after the storm? That soft peace wrapping around your soul? That's me. I've been here all along, waiting for this moment. The moment when you would finally stop running from the pain and start resting in my presence. You walked through valleys that seemed endless. You cried prayers that felt unanswered. But every tear that fell, Every silent night you endured became part of the divine story I've been writing with your life. I know you've wondered, why me, Lord? Why so much loss, so much waiting, so much breaking? And now, my dear one, I whisper the truth, because I was preparing you, not for small blessings, but for sacred ones. You could not become who you are meant to be without the refining fire. The pain was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to define you. You see, I do not waste wounds. I turn them into wisdom. I do not let tears fall without purpose. They water the soil of your destiny. I do not allow loneliness without reason. It's where I draw you closer to my heart. Everything you've gone through has been shaping you for this very moment. The moment when faith replaces fear, when trust outweighs worry, when peace reigns where pain once lived. You've been asking me for blessings, but I've been building your capacity to hold them. You've been asking for answers, but I've been giving you understanding. You've been asking for change, but I've been transforming you from the inside out. Remember when you thought you were buried? You were actually planted. And now, my child, you are beginning to bloom. The darkness that surrounded you has only made your light brighter. The heartbreak that broke you has made your compassion deeper. And the waiting that wearied you has made your spirit stronger. I have seen how you continue to pray even when you didn't feel my presence. How you forgave when you had every reason not to. How you loved even when it hurt. That, my beloved, is faith. That's what moves heaven. That's what makes you unstoppable in me. I know you thought the silence meant I was gone. But look closer. Every small mercy that sustained you was me. That unexpected encouragement. That gentle strength you found when you want to quit. That quiet peace in the middle of tears. That was me. I was breathing life into your weary heart. Whispering hope when your soul fell hollow. And now the page is turning. This season of waiting is not your ending. It's your awakening. You walk through the fire and come out purified, not burned. You face storms that threaten to drown you, and yet you stand, drenched in grace, clothed in resilience. I am giving you a new beginning, my child, not a repeat of what was lost, but a restoration beyond what you imagined. The people who left, the doors that closed, the dreams that seemed dead, all of it served a divine purpose. You see ruins, I see resurrection. You see ashes, I see beauty. You see endings, I see beginnings. And when you look back, you'll see my fingerprints on every page of your story. You'll realize that the nights that broke you were the same nights that built you. That the pain that weakened you was the same pain that brought you closer to me. You are no longer who you were before the storm. You are stronger now, not because you survived, but because you surrendered. You let go of control and let me take the pen. And now, I write redemption over every line of your life. So lift your eyes, my beloved child. The season of silence is over. The dawn is breaking. You may not see the full picture yet, but the first light of purpose is touching the horizon. Step into it. Walk with confidence, not because you know the future, but because you know the one who holds it. And remember, your story was never about what you lost, but about what you gained through me. You gained faith that doesn't depend on feelings. You gain strength that doesn't collapse under pressure. You gain hope that lives even in the dark. You have become the testimony you once prayed for. And soon, your story will bring comfort to others who are still in their silence. They will see the light in your eyes and feel my presence through your words. Because healed hearts heal others. That's how my kingdom moves, from one redeemed soul to another. So do not fear what's ahead. The same hands that held you through pain will guide you through purpose. The same love that lifted you from despair will now carry you into destiny. You were not forgotten. You were being written into something eternal. Let the past rest. Let the pain go. Let my grace rebuild what life tried to break. Every scar is a mark of my mercy, proof that you didn't face the fire alone. Every breath you take now is a gift, a reminder that I am not finished with you yet. And when doubts whisper again, because they will come back to this truth, you are mine. You always have been. You always will be. I did not bring you this far to abandon you now. I've been weaving your story with threads of grace, strength, and divine timing. You walked through seasons of silence, but now you will walk in songs of joy. Your mourning will turn to dancing, your ashes to beauty, your waiting into wonder. So lift your heart, my child. This is your time to rise. You've been prepared through pain, refined by faith, and anointed by my love. Now, go forward with confidence, not in your power, but in mine. For I, your Lord, am with you. I go before you and make the crooked paths straight. I restore what was lost, redeem what was broken, and renew what seemed impossible. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. You are loved beyond measure. And this new dawn, is proof that my silence was never the end of your story. Because even when you couldn't see it, even when you couldn't feel it, I was working. I am working still. And I will finish the good work I began in you. So take my hand and walk into the light. Your preparation has become your purpose. Your pain has become your platform. Your faith, your greatest weapon. Welcome to the chapter I've been preparing you for all along.